Wait. So we are back. We are back with our playoff recap for these past couple of weeks on the Western Conference. I am your host, lovable yet diabolical Primo, and to my left.
Apollo.
And, just King Dude over here.
So let's start off with the Suns. Let's start off with the Suns versus the Pelicans. The Suns versus the Pelicans has proven to be a pretty exciting series. A lot of things are going on. The Suns took 2 games pretty handily, right? And then the Pelicans got one up on them.
All right, so let me preface this. If Devin Booker comes back for the series, the Suns easily gonna win.
He's not.
They're not. He's not.
He's not. 2 weeks. Same thing as Middleton.
I feel like it's gonna be a hard fought game than what I previously predicted. I thought they was gonna get out the Pelicans out in 5, but that was with Booker. So now that they don't have Booker, especially since they're entertaining the idea of Zion coming back, if Zion comes back, honestly, the New Orleans can mess around and win the 7.
They have to. No, they can win the series if Zion comes back. I believe in his talent. So I'm just like, they have to. Like, I know they're trying to take care of him and protect him, yada yada bang bang.
You gotta at least try.
When he's healthy. You gotta give him a go. Let him prove to
give me a chance.
If he goes out there with this team that's constructed as it is right now.
Give me one more chance.
He's going to ball. Like, he's going to ball, bro. I think it's gonna be crazy.
I have a question though.
All right.
What if the only problem I have is you're throwing somebody into the highest level of basketball in the playoff when the stakes are high? Do you think he can handle something? Especially this is his first time in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
But Christian, this is not NCAA. This is not the March Madness. This is not NBA playoffs.
This nigga dropped. This nigga was averaging 20.
He averaged 26.
Think
about this. Think about this.
Game this year. Think about
this. It doesn't even matter if it's the highest level of basketball, right? Think about the Suns team as a whole. Who is guarding Zion?
You're right.
But just answer that. Just answer that question. Who would guard Zion?
You're right. No one's guarding him.
So it doesn't even matter if it's the highest level. Once Zion knows he's getting double teamed, someone's open. That's the problem. And on fast breaks, when you lob it up and you see a 240-pound man flying across the sky, are you going to stop him?
And then the people and then when you're double teaming Zion, then you're going to leave open a person who scored 34 and 30 last game, is CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram off 11 for 19, 11 for 23.
And then you can be dumb like some teams like the Lakers and let Trey Murphy III drop 27 off the bench if you really want him to.
If you really want him to.
That's a scary team to go. Look. Every team, every high level team, every team that's the fourth seed and above have had opponents that have their weakness. The Warriors' weakness is a good center. Even though the Nuggets aren't that good, the Nuggets at high power is giving the Warriors a very good run because Jokic is still dropping 30-something every game. You know what I mean? They're going against teams that are very that is their weakness. They're these are teams that are hey, this is something you have to prove in order to show that you can go to the next level as that team. Celtics have to be a high power offense because they have the number 1 defense. The Bucks have to be another high power offense because they have a very good defense. 76ers got to take care of Toronto because Toronto's beating them all season long. You know what I mean? Each of them have a storyline that they have to overcome. The Jazz have to overcome being the Jazz and beating a high power team like the Mavericks.
They're not.
And they're not. But they're obviously, we all know they still are not a high power team. But we knew that going in there. And now the Suns have to face against an up-and-coming team with a young star with just Chris Paul and Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson and DeAndre Ayton.
Let's talk about what they do have though. Let's focus because we do want Zion to pop back up. But let's focus on what we do have without Zion. This past game, very good game by CP3 and DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, very good game.
The box score 28 and 14 from Chris Paul, 10 and 18 shooting, 28 and 17 from DeAndre Ayton off 13 and 20 shooting. This is great basketball. He got 3 steals with that and a block to go with that too.
Hey, that's game's getting broken up.
Yeah, like
that scheme's getting broken up.
Like that, they're picking rolling them. They're
picking rolling
the Pelicans to death.
And that's
to death.
And look, but think about it. If they stop that, which they will, because if they don't, then they don't.
If they don't, then that's
they don't. But if they do,
then we have a series. But if they don't, then that's.
But they will, because at the end of the day, they only beat them by 3, like you said.
Yeah.
And like you said, if Zion comes back, Zion's giving me 10 points.
You're right.
At the bare minimum. At the bare
15
minimum.
points. So that's just another problem in even if he doesn't bring defense, you bring another high power offense player to your team. That's a problem in itself. And you just lost one in Devin Booker.
The only thing I'm worried about is, you have 30 and 30 from Ingram and McCollum, but Zion is more of a not ball hungry, but he doesn't really play off ball, meaning like he can't just do a spot up 3. Most of the times he's going to need his ball down low and to dribble in. But what I will also give you is if CJ McCollum plays point guard, which he basically did last game, and he runs the pick and roll def with Zion, then he can get Zion going.
And you have to think about it, like the Pelicans team is made for a star like Zion. You have a very good point guard that can shoot off the dribble and give assists, and CJ McCollum. You have a great 3-man in Brandon Ingram that can create his own shot. You have a great big man in Valanciunas that can shoot the 3. So now they have to move out there. And if Zion catches him, remember, he had one of his best games in the regular season when he dropped 40-something and had 9 threes. This is a big man, 9 threes. So he can shoot it, and he's a threat out there. Zion's and you have a defensive 2 guard in Herbert Jones that can lock down people that when you need to. That's a scary, and you have a bench. That's a scary team. I don't care what, I mean? Like, there's scary teams out there. And the Pelicans, like the Timberwolves, both of them are scary teams if you get them on fire and you get them against the right matchup. The Timberwolves last game were, even though we haven't talked about the Timberwolves, but the Timberwolves last game were up very big on the Grizzlies. Very big. They choked because they don't have experience. But think about that. They blew them out for a while.
Let's get our predictions on this.
Yeah, let's get predictions.
Pelicans winning the next game.
All right, so like I'm making a quick short like Christian. Regardless if Zion comes back or not, the Pelicans are winning the next game. So they'll go back 2-2.
I also got the Pels winning the next game as well.
All right, so y'all have Pelicans winning next game, going back 2-2. So let's jump into this highly anticipated series of the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. Now, before let me get this comment in real quick. Timberwolves coach, that was completely awful. You dropped a 25-point lead in the first half. Then you brought it back up to a 26-point lead, and then you dropped it again. Charles Barkley was talking about this earlier. How can you let a 21-0 run and not call a single timeout? That is one of the most craziest things I've ever seen. Like I understand what Shaq was saying, because Shaq, I kind of watched him a little bit because, they're running it, especially during this time. He was saying, like, you're not going to bail him out. Not one of these people besides Karl Anthony Towns has been in the playoffs before. And I don't even say that Karl Anthony Towns is a veteran, because he had Jimmy Butler on his side when the last time he went to the playoffs. So I don't expect a bunch of young people to figure out how to come back from this, especially since this is your first time coming. I just feel like that was just a stupid mistake. And they just they say, here, Memphis, have your game back. Okay. We just don't want it. Okay. Just take it back.
I do believe that they are too, I do believe that they're so young to the point that this does not affect them mentally. I'm so honest. I do believe they're so young to the point that they lost a 20-point lead 2 times, but they're so athletic and so gifted and have so much potential that they're just like, it's fine. We're gonna get it back the next game. They're that. So I think that their naiveness, bear with me. I think that their naiveness will help them in the next game and then bouncing back, because it'll be easy for them to forget about it. Because We're young. We could easily be riled up in the right circumstances. If we're playing in the NBA playoffs right now and we have Patrick Beverley after we blew 2 20-point leads, but we still got up 20 on the edge, and we already beat them one time, and we have Patrick Beverley in our locker room talking. It's like, bro, you seen what we did to them twice, bro. Like we was just chilling, bro. That's our fault. We was just chilling. Let's turn up right now. Let's go back. Like we were like, yeah, like we was chilling. Like we wasn't up on them 20. Like we would probably get riled up because they're young, and I think their naiveness will help them win, as opposed to an older team that'd be like, bro, oh my god, like these defensive session stops, and the coach knows what he did. The coach knows what he did, and I expect the coach and the coaching staff to improve. They have to improve real time, because I think this is coaching staff's first time as well in the playoff. So we're gonna give them that caveat too. But they have to improve for the next game. If you don't improve, they'll die. You improve or die.
Real quick before Apollo goes, I am agreeing with Mike. They're going to go back 2-2. They're going to go back 2-2. They're going to tie it up regardless.
No, for sure. I mean, that's the same thing. I was 2-2. I still think Memphis should be scared. I love John Morant. I've been saying this to Primo and King Dude the whole week. Is that pecking order? They do not know what they want to do without John Morant. Without John Morant, who is scoring those next buckets? If you want to give it to Desmond Bane, cool. But Dillon Brooks is still messing up the chemistry. The same thing why King Dude says Zion Williamson will mess up the chemistry. Dillon Brooks is messing up that chemistry, and I respect him as a player. But he went 4 for 14. 4 for 14. That I would not let that slide, even though we came back on a comeback. I would not let that slide. I would say, hey, son, you're taking too many shots. You need to slow down, or you're going to be on the bench, because he's messing up the whole flow. I'm sorry. If we're being honest with ourselves, he's messing up the whole flow. Desmond Bane saved them because he dropped 26. John Morant
they did save him. He did save him.
Brandon Clark also saved him with 20 points. I've seen it. And John Morant had a triple-double. That's fantastic. Dillon Brooks needs to understand his role right now for this team. If he doesn't, they will not be the Golden State Warriors, and they will not be this Minnesota team. Because Minnesota's going to come out and punch them in the mouth and try to get that win in the fourth game. And then after that, it's a brand new series. It's basically 0-0. You got 3 games.
I agree with you. You can't expect that Clark to be dropping consistent 20 points. That was an anomaly. So you can't expect that. You have to be able to there should be a balancing scoring effort between Brooks, Morant, and Bane. And on the other side, Timberwolves, they just got to abuse the Karl-Anthony Towns mismatch. Karl-Anthony Towns, oh my gosh, you only scored 6 points?
He's in foul trouble.
Yeah,
bro, how many times are you getting the
fouls?
How many times are you getting the
fouls? He's too volatile.
He's too out of control.
Like sometimes he'll be very controlled and get you a nice 20, 30 points, but then he'll just he's an emotional player. He doesn't know how to control his emotions. That's another
I'm sorry, 8 points. Come on, dog.
It's another young aspect.
8 points.
That's why D'Lo had to step up, and that's why I respect D'Lo, because he can step up in those situations. Mm-hmm. However, like you said, coaching staff just messed up that whole thing. So they're gonna come back. I think D'Lo's gonna just be more involved with Karl-Anthony Towns. If D'Lo's more involved, Anthony Edwards is doing the same
future.
thing.
The future, the star, the face of the franchise.
Goes back and drops 20 and 10. Then you have a 3-headed snake going against a couple of guys that don't know what's going on in Memphis.
Hey, but let's not act like Memphis ain't like that.
No, Memphis is obviously talented. Yeah. That's not the problem. It's the problem is which talented squad will adjust to the situation at hand. And so far, Minnesota is doing better, but they're not executing in the right way. But once they execute, that's every single game. They're beating them in the first half. That's a problem. They're beating them in the first half and then cruising. Like, that's why I said Memphis should be worried about them going up 25, going back down, and getting that shit right back up. That's a problem. In Grizzlies, that's a problem for the Grizzlies too. Grizzlies shouldn't go back and be like, yeah, we won that game. We're so tough. No. Yeah. You lost that game. And like King Dude said, they just gave it to you. Yeah. But if they didn't give it to you, that's an embarrassment. Because you would have just went down 2-1 to a Minnesota Timberwolves team that's never been in the playoffs.
Let's get the wrap-ups on this too.
It's 2-2. I'm just saying.
2-2. You think it's 2-2?
Yeah, Minnesota is right where it needs to be.
I think it's 2-2 as well.
They are right where they need to be.
I think 2-2 as well.
I agree. They're gonna go back 2-2.
Okay. Let's just get this out the way. We know we all don't want to talk about it. It's kind of a disgrace. Mavericks versus the Jazz. I'm just going. I know it's revolutionary. I'm just going to lead with it. Mavericks are going to take a 3-1 lead. This is going to be a pity party. The Jazz are going to come back and try to win one. It's going to be their close game. They're going to lose in a very close game. They're going to get eliminated. They're going to get gentleman's sweep. It's going to be under them. But that's just an overall take. I think the next game, the Mavs are going to take it. They have not found a way to stop Jalen Brunson. No,
don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Hey,
don't do that.
Let me talk.
Don't do that.
Hold on. Let me talk real quick. The star player on this team, the actual star player on this team that's injured, is at least 4 to 5 times better than Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson is dropping the 30 to 40 points a game.
Okay, hold on.
No. That's crazy. Like the Jazz need to break it up. The way they're literally spreading him out. They're running 5 outs on Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert's on the wing. He doesn't know what to do. He keeps sliding down to the paint, and he's getting dunked on by Spencer Dinwiddie. If not, he gets kicked over to the point, to the side corner, and guess who's hitting that? What's his name? Oh, Kleber. Max Kleber.
4 for 5 for 3-pointers. 4 for 5 from 3-pointers.
4 for 5. Like it's. Listen, I'm gonna keep it short. I already said. I'm gonna say right now that the Mavericks gonna win the next game. Go at 3-1. The Jazz, they just need to pack it up. They're gonna break up this summer. Leave it. They're breaking up this summer.
I agree that the Jazz are going to break up this summer. I feel that at this point, I've been saying this, Rudy Gobert needs to leave or he needs to be traded because obviously that doesn't help their team and they can't build around him. So they need to build around Donovan like they should have been doing and get better talent for him instead of for Rudy. But the Mavericks winning these series is more of a testament to the Mavericks as a whole rather than Jalen, just the Jazz, because even though Luka during the regular season kind of carried and did what he had to do and brought them to where they were. But the Mavericks have always been a good team, and they just are a team that stepped up when they needed to against a team that just didn't expect it. Like the Jazz just always think they're too good and never expected. They were just on a high horse. And now the Mavericks are showing that there is no high horse because we have a well-balanced team. Maxi Kleber was doing all this in the regular season. He's just getting an opportunity without Luka. I think Mark Cuban is a great GM, and I think he should get more recognition. And I think the pieces that he has, besides Spencer Dinwiddie, because even though he did junk on Rudy Gobert, he's had a terrible time since getting traded to the Mavericks. Has had a terrible shooting effort. However, like I said, the rest of the team steps up and do what they need to do. So shout out to the Mavericks. I think y'all would play against the Suns or the Pelicans. The Mavericks have another storyline that could take them to the finals without Luka. Just saying it right now. But the Mavericks going to win. Mavericks going to win.
Oh, so you said y'all both agree 3-1.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie. Donovan's out of there.
All right, Donovan. All right, so I think I'm going to be the only one that go against the green. I feel like Quinn Snyder is actually going to make some adjustments. I feel like, for example, Rudy Gobert should not be playing no more than 20 minutes per game. Rudy Gobert should be it's a hot take, but I feel like Rudy Gobert should be playing off the bench. Hold on, let me finish. I feel like they should be playing off the bench for a simple fact that they can submit they can put what's his name instead of Rudy Gobert. They could put Jordan Clarkson in there and they can match their 5-out big 5-out lineup. And because of that, it can make sure they can switch on everything, first off. Second, it can make them more flexible. And when the bench comes in, Rudy Gobert can come in, and I feel like Rudy Gobert will have a lot more impact on it for a simple fact that they're going to be playing people. They will be playing people that are bigger, and Rudy Gobert could be having a more offensive impact on it because that is the real reason why everyone is on Rudy Gobert, because he's just doing nothing offensively and just getting torched defensively, which you're supposed to be a defensive anchor. So if you're not a defensive anchor and you're not getting points on the other end, it's just like you're a liability out there. I also think that Donovan Mitchell has been averaging 30, but like I said, it's a allow 30, so everyone knows how many points he has. I feel like if the Utah wants to win this next game, they have to have more production off the. They have to have more production off the bench, and they just have to be able to stop. They just have to be able to stop Jalen Brunson. I can't believe this guy Brunson is just torching this Utah Jazz. Like 31 points and 40 plus the other game. It's just crazy. Like, it's just like you replacing Jalen Brunson with Luka Doncic. If Luka Doncic was in this game, in this series, they probably would have got swept, if I'm being completely honest with you, because Luka is even more crazier than Jalen Brunson. They're not even in the same category. So the fact that Jalen Brunson is just doing wherever he wants and whenever he wants on these, it's like the whoever offense, okay? Like Chris Moore once says, whoever is guarding him, okay, just hop in the blender and let's get to work. So I feel like they should do something about Jalen Brunson, but I feel like Quinn Snyder is going to make the adjustment. And because of that, I feel like they're going to tie up at 2-2.
Okay.
So we got the last game. It's a pool party in California. They got everyone out today. They got all the stars. Poole, Thompson, Curry. They got Green out there. Balling up with a Serbian? Is that how you say it? Serbian?
Yeah, Serbian.
Shout out to the Golden State Warriors. They're about to sweep the hell out of these niggas. It's a housemaid out there. It's room service. Sir, you got some dust on your shoes. I need to sweep it away. It's done.
That and like yo, Apollo's dad has to give Klay Thompson his flowers because he was the main one leading the Klay ain't nice bandwagon. Klay's showing he's coming back into form. So I want to give that.
It has nothing to do with Klay. I'm sorry. It's all
Christian. Shout out to Christian. Apollo. Shout out to you because I was not expecting Poole to be this good.
I
swear I did not expect Poole to be this good.
Poole is the star of the show right now, but you also have to understand if Klay Thompson wasn't giving what he was giving, they would have lost all of those games. Like Klay Thompson is also right behind Poole,
right, but
he scored the most last game. So right. Let's not act like Klay Thompson has not been. But it's just because Poole is unexpected. So I do want to give our flowers to Poole. Jordan Poole is showing up. He is a flamethrower, letting freedom fucking ring.
Flamethrower. Oh
letting freedom ring.
I'm telling you, like Klay Thompson, like don't get me wrong, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are the Warriors. You expect this from Klay. I don't care if Klay comes off of a broken leg. I expect him the way he was moving his mechanics to drop 20, 30. I don't care. Like I just know he's that great of a player. But let me tell you something. Jordan Poole has a layup, has a handle, has a dunk pass. This man is everything that you need in the guard. This is the ideal guard that you want. And under the tutelage of not only Steph Curry, but Klay Thompson. You can't. What?
Hey, yo.
You can't write something better than that.
I'm not going to lie, Christian. I was 100% sleeping on Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, I'm not going to say he's the truth yet, but he's getting to it. Like he's just consistently dropping buckets. But I'm gonna need him to do that on the next two series. If he performs this playoffs, I will concede that Jordan Poole is just the truth. Yeah. So
with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and Draymond mediating 3 shooters now, it's kind of.
And Draymond even said, I don't even know what we're going to do with Andrew. I don't know what we're going to do with Wiggins, bro. We got to put all 3 of these men out there. I don't know.
And Wiggins was an all-star.
I don't know. And he was Wiggins was the all-star. I don't know.
Like, yo,
you're not going to put your all-star on the. I don't know.
That's just masterful coaching. Listen, I'm going to just say it right here.
Warriors have the best camp in the NBA.
I got the Warriors sweep. Camp. I got the Warriors sweep on the Nuggets and the big service.
Christian, you got the sweep too?
Oh, I got a sweep, my boy. Jokic, I fuck with Jokic.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe Jokic needs to get on a different team. I don't know.
I think he's gonna wait for Jamal Murray to come back.
I don't know if Jamal Murray's gonna help, bro. You gotta get rid of all that. Bro, you gotta get rid of. No, you can't trade Michael. No, you can't trade. You know how much money they gave Michael?
Get a better, more consistent player.
Bro, no.
There's dumb teams everywhere.
Bro, no.
Get a pig. No.
Do you know?
Real quick before we start. I guess I'm going against the grain against this one too. I just feel like if Jokic is supposed to be this MVP, he cannot get swept. He absolutely cannot get swept.
He got swept last year.
Did he get swept last year?
Did he not? He got exited on the last game when he was about to get swept, and he got swept. Did he not?
So I feel like, as much I want to ride with y'all because I feel like the Warriors going to sweep them. This is an emotional pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like if you're an MVP, you have to get a game. So I feel like Jokic is going to get his one game, but get gentleman sweep right after.
Yeah. And with that being said, that's our takes for the Western Conference Finals. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you think on both the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. And we're gonna come back next week with our takes. We're gonna see how these next slated games match up. It should be the end of a lot of series by next week. So we're gonna have the wrap up for that. Any crazy things happen, you'll see us maybe middle of the week. Give our takes there for those specific games. Dream Team, thank you for watching DreamerSZN. We'll catch you later.